What's up? It's Nino Riff from the Nino Riff Show. RobX in the building. What's going on? Today, I'm going to do an evaluation radio review on the S10 from Anysecu. All right. This is the S10. Kind of generally sold for about $279, maybe a little bit more here or there. This is an Alibaba radio. So you can easily find this radio right there. It's the S10 Android UHF. Could kind of go over it, debunk couple of the myths. Your minimum MOQ on this is just 2 pieces. So you definitely could save some money, maybe give one to a friend if you like this radio. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, give you some alternatives to it. It's about $70. I bought this radio from Anysecu. I bought a few of them back about several months ago. It was very hard to make work. We did finally try to get it to work. Anysecu gave us some software to make it work. Very, I wouldn't use this radio, but here it is, giving you my honest opinion. There you go. You can find it for about $70. If you order a few of them, if you don't order a whole bunch, probably 72, a little bit higher. But definitely get it from Anysecu. This is the S10, okay? Some people call it the 20, the 30, the 50, whatever you want to call it, but it's the S10. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. So here it is here. I have it right here. First of all, the bottom. So it has the 3.5 plug. Now, not every 3.5 headset's gonna work with this, all right? So I took the 3.5 headset from the Fusion X, and it just didn't work in there. I tried a couple other ones from TID Radio, and that didn't work either. So maybe just headphones only. Maybe you can find the right headphone mic, ask them for it. It's up to you. What I didn't like, first of all, is that this piece covers the bottom, which kind of makes it sort of waterproof, but you could tell already there's a lot of play in the plug. You see the plug? This is the new one out the box, and there's already a lot of play with the plug. Didn't really care about that. It's a USB-C plug. Another thing about it is plastic. So I took the clip off because the clip is like really difficult to be putting on and off. So once you get it on, leave it on. Don't go back and forth because you're gonna have hell. But let's take this out here for a second. Has a small battery. It's not a very big battery. See here. Okay, 4,000 milliamp battery, 3.8 volts. All right, so it's just a very basic average battery, removable. Okay, this is the back of it here. So you can kind of get a good feel of it. Has a little bit of a watertight seal. Not very good compared to this goes over it like that. You know, you got cracks in here to let the water get in right away. Plus in the back, you also got water. So I wouldn't call this maybe water resistant at the most, definitely not waterproof by any means. Dual SIM slots, and then the SD card slots on the back there. All Androids have 2 IMEIs because there is 2 SIM slots. I put R SIM in here. So this is my unlimited SIM that's inside of here right now. The top is for the UHF antenna, which you could put on if you want, or you don't have to. You got a flashlight button on top, which I think should have been the SOS button. All right, let's put this back. Okay. You also got this push to talk button here. Got some volume buttons. All plastic with a little bit of rubberized feel. This is another flashlight button, so maybe that is an SOS button. Who knows? You know, touch screen 2.4 has a camera in the front, has a camera in the back. These are just very basic average cameras. And let's get ahead and get started. All right, so we'll put the battery in. All right, and give it the power button. I'm not gonna bother putting the back clip in, but to put the back clip in, you put it here, then you gotta screw this down, okay? And if you're ever gonna wanna take it out again, you gotta unscrew it. So I'm just gonna leave it off for now. It's a decent sized belt clip though, has a little bit of a metal backing, so not too bad. See, it has a heavier duty kind of spring to it, so that's good. All right, starting up. All right. Now, to get your own company custom screen in, it's a process. I did it for the one company. You had to download firmware, then you have to kind of set it to it. It's just a little bit of a pain. Whatever. All right, so to start it, lift the screen up. Immediately, it'll take you to whatever app you have installed. I have the Talk to Me app installed here. That's annoying right away. Like, to get out of an app, you don't use the end button. You gotta use one of these back buttons here. Let's try it again. All right, so you see like that. All right, so now I'm back at the main screen. So you can move around a little bit. Got the Fusion app in there. This is the intercom app. So debunk the first myth. This is not VHF and UHF. This is UHF only. You cannot put VHF frequencies in here. So let's see here. Try to put VHF frequency in. Let's go 162. And let's try to just put 162. So 162 is VHF. SC save. And the range is only, let's try it again so you can see it. Save. So the range is only from 400 to 480. Okay, so no VHF whatsoever. This is also not DMR. This is just standard analog. This is a 2-watt transceiver. All right, so from 400 to 480, you can program GMRS in here, FRS, or if you have your own UHF frequency, or if you have a ham license. 2 watts, really not going to get very far, but it's there. It's, always, if you love analog and you're into analog, good way to go. Okay. One of the features I don't like about this radio is that it doesn't auto APN. So I have a SIM in here ready. It registers that it's on roaming. However, I try to go use it and it's going to tell me that there's no internet signal. So what you got to do to make the internet work is you're going to have to go in and set the APN manually. Now, hopefully you could talk to Anysecu and maybe they could give you some software for it. But here, you got to make sure the roaming's enabled. Okay. And then you got to make sure you got your APN in here. Let me see, advanced. And hopefully APN's in there somewhere. And the APN is there. See, WB data. Now it will work. But it's not going to work out the box. Let's see if it works, to be honest with you. It won't work out the box. You got to kind of mess with it. Hang on. That's annoying. Okay. I got to get used to that. I usually use the N key to get back to everything. Let's see if I have my Fusion programmed. No, I don't. So, yeah, I got to go through all... Oh, wait. Maybe. Who knows? Let's see. Logging in. Okay. Yep. No, I don't have it programmed. So I had to use the basic Fusion app on here. I couldn't use the more advanced Fusion app because it couldn't handle it. This is an Android 12 device. So, anyways, as you get the point, it's not even online. But yeah, you got to mess with it to make it work. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, you got to mess with it to make it work. The camera quality is really very poor for $300. They want to charge $300 for this unit. Honestly, just not super impressed with it so far. The push to talk button. The push talk button is dedicated to the UHF. If you delete the UHF, then you can make the push to talk button dedicated to the Talk to Me app. To make phone calls, if you have phones, madre. If you want to make phone calls, hang on. Oh man, hang on a second. Okay, if you want to make phone calls, press the little green button. You can dial your number, hit call. I hope that you don't get kicked out. Let's see. If I end the call, what happens? Yeah, okay, wait. Can I end the call and not get kicked out? Oh, you gotta be joking. So when I end the call, it takes me back to the lock screen. Huh. Okay. Another feature I don't like about this device, beyond the crazy button scheme is the amount of storage on here. For a $200 plus unit, I would expect some storage. However, there's really no storage on here. I think it's 16 gigs in total. So 16 gigs of storage. For this class and this, price of radio, I would expect better storage. You could get like the Fusion Ultra for about the same price as this, and has 2 terabytes of storage and 48 gigs of RAM. So definitely a little bit of lackluster performance you're going to get from this, just because there's not a lot of RAM on here. Let's see what else we got. Android 12, like I said. Just not super impressed if you want to get to the developer mode. Oh, it's already in developer mode. That's good. It is responsive. It is responsive. I will give it that. It's a cool little cute toy. Again, for maybe if it was like $150, it might be worth it. Maybe, with the first year service, then it might be a fun, cheaper walkie-talkie. But at the price, anything above $200 is way overpriced for this thing. Again, if you can get it, let me go here like this. You can get it from Anysecu for $69. The same radio. Don't let nobody tell you it's not the same thing. Here it is. Look. Let's click on it. So, here it is right here. This is all the angles of it. It's the S10, so you can do an Alibaba search for the S10. I don't know. I would. If I was to get it for that price, of course I would definitely want it. But not for anything really more than that. Maybe $99, maybe $129. Okay. Again, it's kind of cheap to me. I'm not feeling. You take it compared to other classes of this same device. Like this here is Anysecu's W69, right? And this is just a completely different device. Like, here it is. See, so this is the W69. Now, this is a $250 unit, but this is VHF and UHF plus DMR. It has the 2 push-to-talk buttons, SOS button, high-end megapixel camera with night vision, front-end camera, power button, customizable buttons, 13-pin, heavy-duty battery. Look at the battery on this thing. So in comparison of class of radio, if you're looking for a UHF, VHF radio, then this is the way I would go. Absolutely. Completely programmable, 1,000 entries. You're just looking at a different class completely of radio. So if you're looking for something like this, perfect. That's what, you got VHF, UHF, you got, let's see here. So there goes, that's the UHF. And then if I go to channel 1, you can program the VHF if you want. Let's see here. See, let's go. And type in, let's get rid of this. Trying to do this behind the camera. My apologies, guys. 162 points. And then let's do it again. So it depends. If you're looking for a walkie-talkie and Android device, then this is probably going to be better in class. See, so you could do VHF, you could do UHF, you could do DMR. If you're looking for something high-end, the W69 Pro from Anysecu is definitely in a different class than this. Completely different class. Easy to put any SIM in here, automatically will APN, Android 14, and let's see how much storage on it. I think there's 64 gigs of storage on this device compared to the 16 gigs in class. Let's take a look here. Let's see, storage, about Okay. And let's see here. Try to look through the phone to try to touch this. That's not easy. Yeah, there's 64 gigs of RAM here, you see? 64 gigs of storage, excuse me. So again, if you're looking for a higher end DMR walkie-talkie, the W69 might be the way to go. Now, if you're just looking for a smartphone, then I wouldn't go here at all, right? There ain't no reason to go to any radio that's a walkie-talkie and smartphone. But if you're looking for something even more robust as a smartphone, then you could try out the Blackview Explorer 1. And let me show you right now that you can find on sale real quick here. Let's see here. So let's take a look. That's that. Let's go to Amazon. So here they have the Explorer 1, which is also a UHF VHF walkie-talkie. And you could get that on Amazon for $379 right now. And that's going to have both the UHF, VHF, DMR, and 1 terabyte hard drive. You're going to get a robust phone with it. Oh, actually, this one is the 256 gig hard drive. They have the 1 terabyte and the 256. I carry the 1 terabyte. This one's for the 256 gig hard drive, right? $379. You get the UHF, the VHF, and there's a coupon. You can save some more. So again, think about what you're buying. This you can get for $75 from Anysecu. There it is right there. If you want something that's more of a walkie-talkie feel and you don't feel like springing $400, this is probably gonna be in the $250 range right here. And this is another one you can get from Anysecu, the W69. Let's see here. Go to Alibaba. And a lot of vendors have this. So you see 300, depends. I mean, you could go to different vendors to find it. A lot of people have this radio. So here it is right here. Okay, and this is a 5-watt radio, by the way, 5-watt, and this is waterproof. This is an IP68 radio. So is the Blackview as well. You know, I don't carry the Blackview Explorer 1. I do have the Blackview Explorer 2 that I carry personally, and I just love the Blackview line. Here it is right here. This is the Explorer 2. This is not a UHF VHF, but to give you an idea of the Explorer, because Leo has my Explorer 1, this kind of just gives you the idea and the feel of how fast the Explorer's editions are. They are heavy duty though, so the Explorer 1's gonna be the same size with an antenna coming out of it. So again, what you gonna wanna buy, right? Think about it. You're gonna spend $250 plus on this compared to finding this for $250, or jump up to $350, $400 for this, something like this. It really is your preference. Again, make them get down to price. Get 130, 120. That's a good price for this. Well, I'm Rob. That's my radio review of the S10. There you go. Anysecu S10. I'll be doing more of these radio reviews to kind of just let you people know what's going on out there. Again, I appreciate you watching this video. Any questions, let me know. This is RobX. This is the Nino Riff Show. Radio reviews. Oh, they're coming a dime a dozen. Anyways, see ya. Any questions, let me know. Peace out.